I have a few good treasures with me and they were all given to me by a senior. He once told me that unless it's an emergency, I can't simply show these treasures to others, and I can't give them to others to use without permission. I've already promised him, so it's not convenient for me to break my promise. May I know which senior it is? Why don't you tell us? Perhaps he has a good relationship with supporting Xian Island, Quan Deming said. He has been in seclusion for many years, so I'm afraid you won't know him. Yu Qianzhou thought of a person and he casually made up a story, Nanming Old Ancestor. While Quan Deming was still thinking, the two consecrators at the end of the tribulation passing stage behind him exclaimed, "What? It's him." Yu Qianzhou was slightly stunned. Faster thief. I've blown my trumpet. There's really someone in supporting Xian Island who knows Nanming Old Ancestor? Quan Deming turned around and bowed. Consecrators, is there really such a person? Why haven't I heard of him before? Jin Yen said with a solemn expression, it's normal that you haven't heard of him. This person was a person from over 1,000 years ago, and he was a wandering cultivator who hid in the cultivation world. Over 1,000 years ago, when the sect leader of supporting Xian Island went out for a tour, he coincidentally met an expert at the end of the tribulation passing stage. Not only was this person's cultivation level profound, but he was also a top-notch expert in smithing. His smithing skills were simply extraordinary and wonderful. Sect leader Ren wanted to befriend him, but the other party was unwilling to acknowledge him. In the end, sect leader Ren asked for his name, but the other party only said, Nanming Old Ancestor, and left. After that, supporting Xian Island sent people to secretly investigate this Nanming Old Ancestor. But it's a pity that we didn't have the chance to meet him again. That's right. Fan Benlei nodded and said, most people don't even know about this. I've only seen it in the secret records of Nurturing Heart Pavilion. According to sect leader Ren's description, with the smithing skills of that Nanming Old Ancestor, it shouldn't be difficult for him to forge a treasure spear. But this was already a matter from over 1,000 years ago. If this person is really still alive, then wouldn't he be over 1,000 years old? When everyone heard this, they immediately thought of a possibility. If that person was still alive, wouldn't his cultivation level have already reached the legendary soul formation stage? Think about it, even if Yu Qianzhou was spouting nonsense, it couldn't be so coincidental. Putting aside the fact that the name was the same, to be able to take out such a treasure, wouldn't it coincide with the secret of Nanming Old Ancestor being a smithing expert? Like I said, I've only heard of this Nanming Old Ancestor from Healy. How could you possibly know him?